How's it going, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and today we have a special tutorial. This is of high demand from you guys, apparently. So I made a video a few months back telling you how to data mine Fortnite. But that has been since outdated. There's no longer a lot of the features. There's more features than before, and just so much has changed. So I thought an updated video would be great. And also, before we begin, I just want to say if this video gets, I don't know, 1,000 likes, I'll go ahead and make a part 2 where I talk about other programs such as HXD/010 editor, or even FModel. So if you want to see another part of this so you can get even further with your data mining knowledge, make sure to drop a like on the video. But anyways, let's get started. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is click the first link in the description down below. It will take you to this website called GitHub. And you'll see this GitHub repository called FModel. Now, first off, you'll see a lot of things, but what your eyes are probably going to be drawn to right away is this green clone or download button. Do not press this button because you'll have issues. I've had multiple people ask in the past, hey, my thing's not working, why is this the case? This is because they're not getting it from the right place. So go up here and click where it says releases. After you go there, download the newest .zip. You'll need either 7-zip or WinRAR or some other zip extraction program in order to extract this to your computer. But once you do it, just download it. And for me, I'm just going to use the built-in Windows one. And make sure you just drag this into a folder such as the FModel folder I've created for this video. Alright, when you first download this, you'll have two files, a DLL and an EXE. Make sure they're both in the exact same location or else you run into issues. But when you first launch it, such as this, it'll be like, Windows protected your computer because it's an unknown application. Click more info, run anyways, and then it will do your starting setup. Most of the time, it will find the folder where your game files are located, but if it doesn't, click on load, click on settings, and then input your actual game folder files, which you can find by going to wherever the game's installed, which is usually where your Epic Games launcher is installed. But anyways, we're going to go over each little step in order to make leaking as effective as possible for you. So when you first load this, you'll notice an output folder got created. This is where backups will be stored, this is where icons and everything you extract from the game, this is where it'll be stored. So if you ever want to like refresh or delete everything before an update, you would go to your output folder and you can either delete all the folders, reopen the app so it regenerates everything, or go inside each folder and delete all the icons, which is what I tend to do. First thing you want to do is go to your settings. You'll see all this stuff such as like, do you want a difference with file size? What this means is, let's say you're comparing a old update with a new one. If a file such as the bush, for example, changes in size and has like something inside of it modified, the game FModel will pick this up and show it to you, being like, hey, something's different in here. It may not be obvious what's changed, but if you investigate it more, you'll be able to tell. So you want to, let's say you have a watermark. Click here on watermark and then add a file. For me, I'm going to go to my pictures folder and I'm going to add this watermark. And right off the bat, you can't really see anything, so you just want to mess with these settings and you'll see it slowly appear on your screen. Just mess with all of these. Let's say your scale messes up, and I'm just going to really just get this as close as possible because it's obviously not supposed to be perfect. So we go here, we can view it, be like, yeah, that's pretty good. Opacity is really good and everything. And then for challenges, you can put like @iFireMonkey if you want it to show up your little @ right here where it says template equal banner. Now, when you type that in, it won't automatically update unless you click custom theme. However, if you really want to be unique, I would recommend a custom theme because technically whenever you generate like a challenge sheet, this custom theme you've created will be what everyone sees. So I'm just going to leave it at that default custom theme. You don't really need to mess with anything else. If you want to just see new files right off the bat, click on load, download backups, and then go over here to these backup folders. Now you'll have all these things going all the way back to 10.40, and you can just download whichever one you want. I'm just going to do 12.40, that way we can get this done fast as possible, and not really have to waste time sitting here for 10 hours looking at new stuff. So once you've downloaded it, what you want to do is click difference mode, and then update mode. Now when you're here, choose the rarity design. My favorite one is flat because it looks modern. And you may notice right here there's a little pixel of the watermark that looks completely off. Don't worry, that is just a glitch with FModel, and it should be fixed in a future update. Don't mess with anything up here unless you know what you're doing. And then check mark whatever you want to generate. So if you want to generate save the world heroes, traps, just save the world stuff in general, you can go ahead and check mark all that and it'll generate it for you. But let's say you only want to do save the world. Disable all the BR ones. It's pretty simple to understand. Once you've pressed OK, just click load and extract difference, And right away, you'll notice that once we click our file that we've made a backup of or downloaded, it will compare it. It will take a few seconds to compare it for the first time, but after it does, it checks for deleted items, and usually, yeah, you see right here, 2 dances have been deleted from the files. Automatically generates everything with your custom watermarks, your custom settings for challenges and everything. And if you don't think it is, you can go to your icons folder and you can see right here that there are all these icons getting extracted. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that there's a chance that something glitches, and this usually happens with challenge sheets, that it will regenerate all the challenge sheets over again from this season. That's just a glitch, don't worry about it, but it could cause you to inform people regarding a leak, so just be careful when you're doing that stuff. And as you can see here, everything gets generated right off the bat, all variants, all loading screens. Even if you chose like the background only type thing of icons, you can see like I have the full high resolution loading screen without any of like the fancy watermarks or anything. And this is just going to keep extracting everything, and it won't stop until it's done. As you can see here, here's the icons without a background on them. And as you can see, it's just like done. Sometimes it will lag like this just because it's trying to catch up. And in the current version that is out, 3.0.4, there's this glitch where sometimes it will overwrite an extracted image with the same one because it lagged while extracting it. This should be fixed in the future from what I know, but as of right now, it's just a glitch you're going to have to get used to. So make sure to go in the files here and double check that you got everything. So it's like, oh, all right, the banner extracted properly. Normally when you just click them, they won't extract the image. So you want to click image, autosave images, and then put these in here. So whenever you click it, as you can see, automatically updated here, and all the images that I've just generated show up there. And if I try generating the same one again, it won't change unless there has been a new icon for it. So it's a super useful thing. And if you go down here to weapons, one thing you can do is, for example, go to Papaya, where this is the Party Royale stuff. So everything's codenamed. And you can just see, like, right off the bat, it's like, oh, here's the reload time, magazine size, and damage to players. So it's really interesting to see, just like, oh, here's all the stats about it before it's even out. It's something pretty cool. Now, one last thing I want to mention is how to data mine LTMs. So if I was to click here, and let's say I wanted to data mine the Party Royale LTM, I'll click it, nothing generated. So you may be thinking, oh, it's broken. No, there's actually a different way to do this than normal. So you'll see all this random stuff, and this is the JSON file for the file you've selected. You want to scroll down to the bottom and scroll up a little bit, and you'll see right here UI display name, and that's Party Royale, that's the name of the LTM, and then the description is right here, UI description. Or what you can do is copy or type in UI description / UI display name, and just click find next. In order to get this pop-up right above me, you have to type Control F at the same time on your keyboard, and then you can type in whatever. So if I really wanted to, I could just be like HUD, and it would take me to anything that says HUD on it, as you can see here by just moving on its own whenever I click the find next button. And then we're back up here. Pretty simple, but sometimes it can be a bit confusing looking through all the files. Now let me tell you what FModel can't do. It can't extract meshes. Materials do work, but they're really buggy and not really worth it. So for example, if I try finding a material file, if I can find one in here real easily, yeah, right here, they don't extract at all. This is because what I mean by they do work is that you can see this JSON file and you can use that to find where the actual textures are, such as T_ramp_smooth. That's a texture, but you won't be able to actually view it. And then textures, these are the ones that actually load in. Obviously, they're going to look really weird if it's a part of a mesh, which doesn't load in on FModel as of right now, and most likely for the foreseeable future, meshes and materials will not be supported. But who knows, anything can change with this. Now, one thing that does work is, let's say a map changes. There are these things called HLODs, which you can swap in the game files. Well, you can actually view those in here. However, it's really not worth it, to be honest, because you're not really going to find much. Like, here's the pipe person. Would you even know that this is a pipe person? The pipe person walking around on the map in the edges by the mountains. Would you even know that this is him? But yeah, that's really all I can think of that is really important for you to know. Obviously, there's some more settings you can set up, like, here's your input folder. Output folder is where you want to extract stuff. And let's say you want to do a different language. They support French, German, Italian, Spanish, and then Latina Spanish, I assume. I might be incorrect on that. If I am, I'm sorry. Arabic, Japanese, Korean, Polish, Portuguese, aka Brazil, Russian, Turkish, Chinese simplified, and traditional Chinese. And if I change to any of these and go back to the icons, now a lot of this is still going to be in English, but for example, if I go to a new skin that came out, as you can see here, right now it shows up as English, and that might just be a glitch. I might have to refresh the game completely for it to change. Oh, yeah, it's because I don't have that installed on my computer. So that's just an error on my part. I'd have to install that in order to get the different languages. But if you ever want to see the changelog, there's a help button right here where you can click like about, see who's helped make it, which I'm one of the people who has, and everything. But let's say you want to do the one final thing that I want to mention here, which is merge images together. Let's say you have multiple skins that you want to put in one image so you're not spamming new skin, new skin, new skin all over Twitter. You can press F4 to open up an image merger, or you can click image, image merger, and then you click add, and it usually automatically goes to your icons folder. You can add whatever you want. So for example, let's say I just want to add these cosmetics. It will automatically put them here. I can open image to see what it looks like. This bar at the bottom adjusts how many are in a single row. So as you see, I change it and they change with it. So like here is probably what I would do, a perfect square of all the new cosmetics. But that is one thing you can do with FModel. And let's say you want to put it into your own custom order, such as putting the new Travis Scott stuff in their own area right next to each other. You can press these up and down arrows after selecting the image file you want and move it up or move it down. So for example, all the Travis Scott stuff is called Cyclone. So I can move all these up here, and sometimes it glitches out and doesn't update. You just need to move something else and then it will. So as you see, I'm moving just random stuff around and it updates on here. So if I grab this, you can see just now we have the 3 Travis Scott related stuff. Some more Travis Scott stuff's at the bottom, but for the most part, they're all at the top. And this is really just the basics for FModel. There's probably more you can learn the more you mess around with it, but hopefully this gave you a guideline on how to get started using FModel. As always, if you enjoyed the video, consider using my supported creator code FireMonkey in the Fortnite item shop. And if you wanted to see more videos about stuff like this, such as UModel, 010, HXD, and other stuff, make sure to drop a like on the video and let me know down below what I should make a video on next. For now, my name's FireMonkey and I am out. Peace.